The highlight, there are so many.
The wildlife here is so amazing. It's so diverse, so much big mammals. I don't think you find it anywhere else in the world.
Well, I just always wanted to work in nature, like nature as a whole, and here you get all the different parts of it. You always have to pay attention not just to the animal you're watching, but you have to pay attention to sounds and smells and tracks, and if they're old or new.
I think that there's a lot to be learned about the ecosystems here, especially because they work almost exactly as they should be, because we're studying in an open ecosystem.
The camp here is obviously in a fantastic location, surrounded by animals everywhere we look.
You can see every day something else, something new. You learn a lot. That is fantastic.
Everything is sort of interconnected out here in the bush.
There is hardly any fence, as you can maybe see, between us, what we learn, and the practical aspects of it, so the full nature. And this is a fantastic place along the Olifant River.
It's a great place to learn about all the bits and pieces that are part of the Fagasa modules.
Everything is interesting. All the birds, all the flowers, the trees, animals.
We see elephants passing by, we have leopards walking around, we look outside, we see all the birds that we want to see.
It's a whole world that I'm just slowly discovering bit by bit since coming here.
I really enjoy the course. It's amazing how much we learn in such a short period of time.
It's an exceptional setting because we have nature at the door of the tents, and we just look around and we can directly practice what we study, also under the form of classrooms and discussions with our fantastic teachers.
They have, I don't know how many years compared in experience in the bush, and also the people just getting in from all over the industries, doing different things.
Oh, the trainers, they are excellent. They are really, really excellent, yeah.
For me, the highlight of the course has been having such receptive instructors.
It's a fantastic course. We've got incredible trainers out here with so many years of experience.
You can't really learn that from a book.
I'm a very curious person, and anything that they know that I don't and I ask questions, they're happy to just indulge me and let me know everything that I want.
It's really been great to be able to learn from them and take in some of the knowledge they've acquired over their many years in the industry. Really adds to the whole experience.
All the activities revolve around the Fagasa content and the requirements.
So the highlights for me are the tracking and trailing, so tracks and signs. It's very interesting to learn about animal behavior through the tracks.
So I did actually learn a lot more than I would expected. Learn about human history and birds. We did a lot of bird calls and track and sign.
I've done a lot of tracking on the course, learning different tracks and signs.
We identify various tracks and we learn about the animals that made these tracks, and we identify some of their signs and the behavior behind making these signs. And then we also do trailing, which is the following of an animal's tracks. So yes, that's fun, both track and sign and trailing.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see how animals behave and see the different signs they do and different behaviors.
I really like snakes. So we did a snake course. They brought in a specialist and he showed us how to handle various snakes, even venomous ones, and that for me was probably a highlight.
The whole group is growing to one big family, and it's nice to experience different environment.
The experience I have was very good, very pedagogical, and really learning by doing, being shown everything you're supposed to learn. Looking at the details and learning by seeing and smelling and touching. So yeah, very good quality of the training.
Two of our assessors are senior trackers, so they're definitely competent to lay out the questions and decide which questions are asked and what level of difficulty they need to be.
The quality of the course is very high. We learn very much more in depth than we would have to know it for the assessments, I think. But it's really interesting, and it gives a better perspective of how nature works.
They explain everything, and you can ask them everything. They know a lot, and that is amazing.
And I think we learned more than the average knowledge. I think we've learned a lot of stuff extra on this course, and I think it's a very good fundamental knowledge to have going further after the course. I think we know very many more stuff than the average guy who does this course.
It was slightly more comprehensive than I expected, but that's a good thing.
We covered a lot of different things, and I would feel ready to be actually a guide after all the stuff they taught us. The facilities are a lot better than I expected. I thought it was just basically camping.
I actually expected far less than what they have here. They have beds in the tents, they have running water for showers and things like that.
We have mattresses in our tents. We've got 4 bathrooms with hot and cold water. We have tap water we can drink. We've got soft drinks we can bring and cool, and also the food is very, very good. I'm never really hungry because we get so much to eat, so I'm very satisfied with the accommodation.
It's a bit surprising somehow to have real toilets and showers in the middle of the bush, but that's in place. It's also in place in a very ecological manner and in a very well camouflaged manner.
Yeah, I figure if I can survive out here and be comfortable, anyone can. I'm a bit of a princess back home, so yeah, I'm very comfortable out here.
I would definitely recommend the course to someone who wants to join the guiding industry, because it's absolutely practical. It's complemented also by trekking and trailing trainings, which are absolutely key, I think, for natural guides, but not necessarily offered in all the programs that I've seen, at least.
I would recommend it 100% to anyone who likes nature, for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend the course to everyone who wants to learn a lot more about how the African wildlife works and just wants to be in the bush for a couple of months.
I would definitely recommend this course to anybody who's interested in learning more about where life came from, where we came from, how we developed, and how the ecosystems work when they're not tampered with humans as much as they can be.
I think it's a very complete and intensive exercise to be here, and for a natural guide I think it provides certainly the required basis to start.
Yeah, I feel it's an all-round, a very, very holistically good course, and it offers certainly everything you need as a base or an entry into the industry.
Just to be able to wake up in the bush to the sounds of birds calling and go to sleep with leopards roaring behind us, it's a really great sort of wild experience here.
So if you're interested, it's really something it's basically a must.